Alright everyone, this is BronzeLeagueGamer again, giving you another game from this time IPL 4. Now I know IPL 4 was a long time ago, but I decided that I need to get some kind of pro games from somewhere, and I thought what better place than IPL 4, as it's quite easy to get hold of their map packs. So let's introduce the players. Well, I've kind of already done it already, but let's do it officially. We've got Team Liquid's Taeja against Cole, whatever team that is, Killer. So it's Taeja versus Killer. I have no idea who goes through. And let's have a look. It's a T versus P, which is different because I have not done that. But I need to stop casting Protoss games because all games I've casted so far are Protoss games. And oh, look at that. We've got the command center set from 1 to 0. Whereas Killer has opted for just having it as 4 and then assigning the probe to 2. Very interesting. Here we go. We got some change. We got the barracks already assigned to 4 or 5, and the probe assigned to 2. So that is it for now. But nothing particularly interesting is coming from either player currently. But I am sure that things will heat up. I don't know how much money was on the line for IPL 4, but I'm sure it's enough to keep these players interested and wanting to play at their very best. So, there's an early gas going for Taeja, so I guess he wants to get those upgrades as soon as possible. Maybe he wants to get some early Marauders, or just wants to get some early upgrades or whatever. Let's just see if he continues to do it after 25. Well, obviously he is if he's going to go for that. And Marine first, I guess, to do some initial scouting with, because you don't want to use your SCVs for scouting if you don't have to. And Killer placing a pylon to block the barracks. That's amazing, to block the upgrade on the barracks. But I assume he's just gonna cancel that. Otherwise, Taeja is gonna have to move it. It's not really gonna cost anything, and he let it finish. I mean, that's absolutely hilarious. I think Taeja must be wondering what the hell is going on, because it's not worth 100. It's not worth 100. You could just lift it up, and it would only cost a few seconds. But okay, Killer has decided to do that, and he's not got that much going on back home. And Taeja is going to continue producing Marines. So let's have a look. What's going on now? So we got a Stalker on the way. That's alright. It's always useful to have a Stalker for some form of early aggression, but Taeja is not going for an early expand. Let's just get the production tab up. So excuse me, I should always remember to do that first. And we are getting a 1-1-1 build, so hopefully this doesn't get scouted out for Taeja, because he's going to want to be making it not obvious that he is producing Banshees, and yeah, we'll see if that pays off. It pays off a lot more for Zerg, I feel, but it could be quite decent for Protoss as well, I suppose. And we are going for the upgrade as well. So yes, of course, it could be useful in that respect, because if you don't have anything to counter the invisibility, that's going to be it for the Protoss. He's going to lose quite a lot of probes, and that is a lot of probes sitting there ready and waiting, very oversaturated. So we're going to look for quite a economic play from Killer. So he's pushing out with Taeja's pushing out with a few Marines. I think he's going to do anything exciting with them. I'm maybe just going to have a look at the watchtowers or whatever. And yep, here comes the expansion, and a bit later than, quite a lot later than Killer's expansion. So the economic advantage is going to be for Killer, but we should have this Banshee coming out right about now. And there we go. And Cloak will finish by the time he gets there. So we've got the robotics facility coming out now, so if he sees this coming, which he should have done, then he will, here we go, we made 3 stalkers straight away, and as soon as the robotics facility is done, I'm sure that he will go for an observer. It seems to make sense. There we go, there's the observer. Taeja is not doing anything else at the moment, really, so we got the stalkers now in position to block this Banshee from doing any serious damage, and we got the here we go, so we got the observer coming in now, so hopefully this will resolve itself relatively quickly. Oh, and how many kills has he got? And he's got 4 kills, so that's not too bad for one go, and he's still continuing to produce Banshees, so it's going to be 3 Banshees, but I don't know if I agree with that entirely, because, you know, he can just block them off, so he can just destroy them. He's got enough stalkers to deal with that, and Killer is going for 5 gates and 1 robo. Which is quite good. Oh, getting a couple of sentry kills. Oh, just 1. Ooh, that was close. Almost lost the Banshee, but yeah, killing a sentry is always good, especially considering how much energy it had. So we've got a Raven coming, and that is pretty good to dodge those stalker attacks. I'm wondering if Taeja is thinking that himself, that he can put a sentry drone thing, whatever you call them, up over here, and then just begin to pick off the probe. So I think that will be a pretty good tactic, and we'll see if he actually does that. I've not actually seen that before. You don't really see the Raven come out that often. And well, we got the macro command center right there, and yeah, the Banshee is going in for repairs, and he will probably begin to continue his attack very shortly once he's got enough energy for it, and we will see. But he has got quite a few stalkers. How many stalkers has he actually got? He's got 5 stalkers. Is that it? Well, that's not many to counter this this Banshee force. So it's looking pretty good for Taeja at the moment. If he attacks now with these 3 Banshees, 4 coming, he should be able to block the damage which is going to be done to them, which is pretty good. I mean, you don't see Banshees, or I don't see at least Banshees come out that often. So it's all good. Now, is he going to decide to attack now? Yes. So where is that? Where is that Raven? Is he not going to send the Raven? Is he not going to send the Raven at all? Okay, well, we've got 86 to 94 supplies, so Terran isn't doing too bad in that respect. How many workers has he got? 54 against 55, so they're keeping on top of each other, which is good. So, just got 1 stalker there, so I'm not really sure how much damage one band, or how close he'll get to killing. 2 shots. That's pretty good. So there we go. That's that gotten rid of, and we've got 1 photon cannon. Well, that should help, and the Colossi there will just mince through the Marines, but he's seen the Colossi, he's seen the Colossi, so he's going to make some Vikings, and he's just doing some initial damage for now, and oh dear, he's going to lose some Banshees now. Just 1, that's not too bad. The engagement wasn't too bad for him, so I guess they've got this observer here, which will be able to see that it's going to go back home. Taeja is floating a lot of minerals now, and what is he going to be investing in? So quite a lot of upgrades, going for Marauders and some Vikings, but only two Vikings right now. So yeah, it's not really that many, not to counter however many Colossus he has. He only has 1 Colossus, but it's going to be 2, and by the time the engagement happens, I reckon we're going to be looking at potentially 3 Colossi, and they just need to be taken out. I don't know if Taeja is going to be able to deal with this, but he is getting another engineering bay to double pump up those upgrades, some more barracks of course, because they are extremely useful, and Yeah, so that's pretty good. So what we looking at? 59 to 70 now. So the Protoss has indeed gone ahead in probe count, and he had that third for a lot longer. So really, I'm surprised to see 122, 136 because. Killer has been able to invest more time in this extra expansion, but let's go for the production tab and look at how many upgrades are coming. I imagine there'll be some kind of timing attack. There we go, the bunkers are destroyed to get those minerals back, and soon we will see hopefully some interesting gaming. I think it's a little bit too early for Killer, and that will be perfect for Taeja. If Killer can get the Psionic Storm ready, that will be absolutely fantastic, and we'll be able to maul through these all this Marine Marauder combination. So Killer has to be careful at the moment, but he does have a good position here really to counter that force. But what could Taeja do? Taeja only has one medevac, so it's not particularly good. Oh, we got one back home. We've still got this whole army at home, so I'm not entirely sure. Taeja's just decided to evacuate, deciding that perhaps maybe it's not a good idea to do this for now, and maybe it's just to put Killer off and make him afraid to live. But Killer is just getting these upgrades now. Back up, we're looking at 2-2s done. What's this? 2-1, getting there for Taeja. So there is an upgrade advantage for Killer. Now Taeja's just scanned him right now, and he's going to see 1-1, and 2-2 is just about finished. So that may eventually have an effect on how he decides to play this, but he's going to go for a drop, which seems like a good thing to do, and the Colossus are ready and waiting, and they should do a lot of damage here. I don't know if Taeja, see, he's backing up now. He knows that he can't win in that engagement. Now, if feedback happened on one of these, then they would just instantly get destroyed. Did they change the way that the amount of energy that could be stored on the unit? I mean, that's 300, and that would just instantly destroy a unit. I feel like something's gone wrong here, but okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's see how much damage can be done here. So there goes a lot of Taeja's army, and whoa, there goes one of the storms, but it wasn't really that good of a storm. And he stims ahead to take out one of the High Templar, and it just, well, rips through Killer's units. And here is the backup. What happened to those tanks? Did the tanks get destroyed? Yes, the tanks did get destroyed. I did not see that. There is only one Colossus left for Taeja, and sorry, for Killer, and that's probably going to be it. It's just Taeja has just got the big enough army, and Killer was always behind the supply the whole way through, and I just don't think that that Taeja can manage this now. His medevacs are very low on health, and he probably want to repair them up because, well, they are extremely weak. They could easily get, well, not one-shotted, but quite easily damaged. So hopefully Taeja does see this. Well, he hasn't seen this, so I don't know if he doesn't think it's worthwhile. I guess I'm not the professional, but he's just going to have to be quite careful with what he does. But that said, it is a very Zealot heavy army now, and it looks like he's going to be able to get away with it. Oh, he nearly lost a medevac. Oh, he loses one full of units, which is very good. And could he lose another one? Oh, yes. So the medevacs, which were both full of units, did die, so that helps even up the score quite substantially. So what is the units lost? L. There we go. So 9,000 against 7,000 for the Protoss. So Protoss is ahead in the units lost count. But Taeja is just storming ahead generally with his 3-3 upgrades having started, and well, at least Killer's 3-3 are finished, but I think Taeja is looking extremely strong in this game. I feel like that the Protoss should be a bit stronger in this respect. He does have 4 Templar, which should be able to do quite a lot of damage, but it's all about being extremely careful now, making sure that you just don't lose this army. It's just, you know, both players are just going to be extremely careful, try and take pot shots at each other, I guess, and see if they can win. But I just don't. I don't know how long this is going to last. You know, they're both maxed out, and they're going to want to do something, but this is a little bit of a slow game. I just want them to get involved. Just kill each other. Just kill each other. No messing around. Just go ahead and destroy each other. So there was some kind of drop over here. I see. I must have missed it. Really should pay a bit more attention to the mini map, I guess. And yes, it's done a bit of damage. I don't really see what actually ended up getting lost. Let's see if units killed. Is that going to be it? Workers killed. Yeah, 12. Oh, that was for Taeja. So Taeja killed 12 units, 12 probes, and only 5 for killer. So it's not really made too much of a difference. And we just heard some units dying. But I was too busy paying attention to the units lost tab to actually see that. So Taeja has got a very large army, and now he's got those ghosts, which are devastating to a Protoss player, and very well positioned. Vikings generally, you know, staying over here so that they can't just get picked off is extremely good. And here we go. Here comes the attacks. Well, the ghost got completely destroyed there, but is it going to be enough? He's used up all his stuff on the high temps energy now, and it's just too much. Look at that. This killer is completely destroyed. I don't know what to say. I suppose it was just bad. Well, it was just a bad game for Killer. It was unfortunate that he just wasn't able to get those storms off. And it is time for a GG. Come on, do the GG. You know you've lost. I don't know what he's doing. He's still producing units. What? He's upgrading Protoss shields. That's very important. And he even boosted that. Chrono boosted that as well. So, yep, that is the end of the game. And I believe it's a best of 3. So there's going to be at least one more game. So I thought I might as well cast that. So I'll see you guys in the next game.